All right, so you want the inside scoop on application engineers.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a stack of RoleCatcher resources here.
Right.
Career guides,
Yeah.
interview tips,
Yeah.
you name it. Our mission.
Okay.
To give you a clear picture of what this role is all about, how to shine, and whether it's the right fit for you.
Okay, so it's like we're handing you a detailed roadmap,
Yeah.
highlighting not just the destinations, but the twists and turns along the way.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into the heart of it.
Okay.
What does an application engineer actually do?
Right.
Imagine trying to explain this at a party.
Yeah.
What's your elevator pitch?
Instead of just building a bridge,
Okay.
think of an application engineer as the architect behind the software that powers your smart home.
Okay.
They take complex technical concepts
Yeah.
and translate them into user-friendly applications, bridging the gap between brilliant tech ideas and their practical use in everyday life.
Okay, that clicks.
Yeah.
But building that bridge sounds pretty broad.
What does it actually look like day to day?
It's about problem solving.
Okay.
Taking those technical requirements and translating them into real-world solutions. Think designing a system to optimize energy consumption for a manufacturing plant. That's the kind of impact you could have.
Wow. That's a far cry from just staring at lines of code all day, which is what many people probably picture.
Absolutely. It's about applying technical expertise to solve real-world problems.
Yeah.
And as you progress through different career stages,
Right.
those problem-solving muscles get even stronger.
The RoleCatcher guide breaks down these career stages really well.
Okay.
So for someone just starting out,
Yeah.
what does that entry-level experience look like?
At the entry level, you're like a sponge absorbing knowledge from more senior engineers.
Oh.
You're providing technical support, troubleshooting issues,
Hmm.
and getting your hands dirty with testing and documentation.
Right.
Think of it as building that all-important foundation.
Then as a junior application engineer, things start to shift.
Yeah. More responsibility.
Exactly. You start to take on more ownership.
Okay.
Instead of just assisting, you're actively involved in the development and design of applications. You might find yourself collaborating with the sales team to answer technical questions,
Okay.
or even supporting product demos.
That sounds both exciting and maybe a bit nerve-wracking.
It's a natural progression.
Yeah.
And by the time you reach that mid-level stage, you're leading projects, analyzing complex requirements,
Oh, wow.
and even mentoring junior engineers.
Okay.
One of the RoleCatcher profiles mentioned a mid-level engineer who led the development of a mobile app that streamlined logistics for a major shipping company.
Wow.
It's about having a real impact.
That's what's so cool about these profiles. They
Yeah.
showcase the tangible impact of this work.
Absolutely. And when you reach the senior application engineer level, you're driving the strategy behind large-scale engineering applications.
Okay.
You might be leading a team, collaborating with clients, or even influencing the direction of future development.
So you're not just solving problems.
Right.
You're leading the charge in anticipating them.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground here, from entry level to senior roles. What are some of the common threads that run through all stages of an application engineer's career?
Regardless of your seniority level, a strong foundation in engineering principles and software development is crucial.
Yeah.
Think of these as your non-negotiables.
It's like you need to know the rules of the game before you can strategize.
Precisely. And because you're constantly bridging that gap between technical and non-technical audiences,
Yeah.
communication skills are paramount.
Right.
The typical interaction section of the RoleCatcher guide really highlights how important collaboration is in this role, whether you're working with sales marketing or directly with clients.
So it's not just about being technically gifted. It's
Right.
about being able to articulate your ideas in a way that everyone understands.
Exactly.
This is starting to paint a really clear picture of what an application engineer does.
Yeah.
Now, the big question.
Okay. Is this career path right for you? That's what we'll unpack in part 2 of our deep dive, where we'll explore the pros and cons of this exciting field.
Okay, sounds good.
Stay tuned. Okay, we've explored the ins and outs of what an application engineer does.
Right.
Now, let's get real.
Okay.
Is this career path a perfect match for you?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the RoleCatcher guide doesn't shy away from the good, the bad, and the potentially ugly.
So hit me with the good stuff first.
Okay.
What are the perks of being an application engineer? What makes this career path so appealing?
Well, for starters, the job market is red hot right now.
Okay.
Companies are clamoring for skilled application engineers, which translates into competitive salaries and excellent job security.
Music to any job seeker's ears.
Right.
But beyond the financial aspect, what about the work itself?
The work is incredibly stimulating.
Okay.
You're at the forefront of innovation, tackling new challenges, and constantly learning.
Imagine working on a project one day that streamlines healthcare delivery through a mobile app,
Right.
and then diving into the world of automation for sustainable manufacturing the next.
Wow.
It's about making a real-world impact with your skills.
It sounds like there's never a dull moment.
Right.
But I'm guessing those cons probably touch on some of the realities of that fast-paced, ever-evolving environment.
You're spot on.
Okay.
The flip side of that excitement can be intense pressure and tight deadlines.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The RoleCatcher guide mentions the potential for long hours, especially when projects are in critical phases.
That makes sense. Innovation doesn't always follow a 9-to-5 schedule.
Right, exactly.
And even if you're passionate about technology, that constant need to adapt and stay updated can be a double-edged sword.
That's true. You need that inherent drive to keep learning,
Okay.
whether it's a new programming language, a cutting-edge software platform,
Right.
or the latest industry trends.
So you need to be comfortable with a certain level of ambiguity and change.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a career path for someone who thrives on predictability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for those who crave challenge, who are energized by finding creative solutions, and who are passionate about making a tangible difference in the world, it can be incredibly rewarding.
It sounds like self-awareness is key here.
Yeah,
You really need to understand your own working style and what motivates you.
absolutely.
The RoleCatcher guide also dives into specializations, which is fascinating.
Okay.
It's like choosing your own engineering adventure.
Yeah.
So you've weighed the pros and cons.
Right.
You're feeling good about the fast-paced, problem-solving nature of the work. What's next?
Right.
How do you even begin to navigate the world of application engineering specializations? That's what we'll uncover in part 3.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't go anywhere. All right, we've covered a lot of ground,
Right.
from the day-to-day of an application engineer to the pros and cons you should weigh.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you're ready to dive into this world.
Okay.
Where do you even begin?
It's like gearing up for an expedition. You need the right tools and a good map. Luckily, the RoleCatcher guide provides both.
Okay, so let's talk tools.
Okay.
Are there certain skills that are absolutely essential in this field versus those that give you a competitive edge?
Think of it as building blocks.
Yeah.
You need a rock-solid foundation in engineering principles, that deep understanding of how things work.
Got it. The fundamentals.
Right.
But since this is application engineering, software development skills must be up there too, right?
Absolutely. The guide highlights proficiency in languages like C++, Java, and Python.
Right.
These are your tools for communicating with technology, for actually building those applications. Imagine designing a cutting-edge robotics system. You need to speak the language of machines to bring that vision to life.
So it's like learning the secret code to unlock a whole new world of possibilities.
Exactly.
But the guide also stresses communication skills.
Right.
That seems unexpected for a tech-heavy role.
It's more common than people think. Remember, you're that bridge between technical and non-technical folks.
Right.
Being able to explain a complex algorithm to a client who might not have a tech background, that's key.
Yeah.
It's about translating engineering jargon into clear, concise language that everyone can understand.
It makes sense. You could be the most brilliant engineer, but if you can't effectively communicate your ideas, it's going to be tough to get ahead.
Right.
Okay, so we've got our must-haves, engineering fundamentals, software development skills, and clear communication. What are some of those nice-to-haves, those skills that make you stand out from the crowd?
This is where specializations come in. Think about the areas of application engineering that excite you most.
Okay.
Cloud computing is booming right now.
Yeah.
So experience with platforms like AWS or Azure is highly valuable.
Right.
Or maybe you're fascinated by the intersection of robotics and machine learning. Those are skills that will set you apart.
It's like choosing your engineering superpower. The guide also emphasizes the importance of staying ahead of the curve. Technology moves so fast.
Yeah, it does.
How do you keep up?
Continuous learning is key.
Okay.
That could be through online courses, industry certifications, or even just attending conferences and networking with other professionals. Certifications in particular provide that third-party validation of your skills, showing potential employers that you're committed to professional growth.
So it's like getting a stamp of approval from the experts.
Exactly.
Okay, you've honed your skills, you're passionate about a particular specialization.
Right.
How do you actually show potential employers what you've got?
Yeah.
I'm imagining a standard resume might not cut it in this competitive field.
You're right. A traditional resume needs a boost.
Yeah.
The guide talks about creating online portfolios where you showcase projects you've worked on.
Okay.
Like that energy-efficient manufacturing system we discussed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Let your work speak for itself.
I love that. It's like saying, here's the proof. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Mm-hmm.
Attend industry events. Join online communities.
Yeah.
Reach out to people working at companies that excite you.
It's about making those connections, building relationships, and learning from those who are already killing it in the field.
Precisely. You never know what doors a simple conversation might open.
We've covered so much, from understanding the role itself to building those essential skills and showcasing your expertise.
Right.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Go ahead.
The ever-changing nature of technology.
Yeah.
How does an aspiring application engineer navigate that constant evolution?
It's about embracing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptability. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, experiment with new technologies, and always be curious.
That's a great note to end on. Keep that curiosity alive, never stop exploring, and who knows what incredible things you'll achieve as an application engineer. This deep dive has been quite a journey, and we hope it's equipped you with the insights and inspiration to embark on your own. Until next time.